Hello, my name is Sharon Gray, and my health information video is about sleep and making sure that we get enough sleep. When we look at sleep as a whole, sleep is a condition of the body and mind that typically recurs for several hours every night, in which the nervous system is relatively inactive, the eyes close, the muscles relax, and our consciousness is suspended. And that's the Webster's definition for what sleep is. What sleep does for us is it renews our body and it renews our mind. And those are the two things that we know we need. We need our body, and Lord knows we need our mind. We need to make sure that we are sleeping enough hours every day, and our hours of sleep that are um, that we need is between 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and those are the requirements because that those statistically have proven to be, if we get those hours, 7 to 9 hours of sleep, then our bodies seem to stay healthier and our minds also seem to stay healthier. They don't wander as much. Our mind doesn't wander as much, and we don't daydream as much if we get those hours of sleep. At least 7 hours and no more than 9 hours is what the experts say that we should get as far as sleep is concerned. Now, we know that a lot of things during the day can keep us from getting enough sleep. Things that have happened in the day, and we continue to process those things or try and process those things, especially if it was some sort of a negative event like a death or a tragedy or something like that to one of our loved ones. If it was even us being pulled over by the police that day, a speeding ticket, or something as simple as going in the grocery store and buying a bag of chips and not necessarily getting what we feel is good customer service, we tend to think about those things during the night when everything is quiet, and maybe I should have handled this differently, or maybe I should have handled that differently. So when we tend to do that, we tend not to get the allotted amount of sleep that we need each day. We want to make sure that our um, experiences, whether they be positive or negative, that we are able to let them go before we go lay in our beds and go to sleep. One of the things that we need to do is clear our minds, um, and develop a routine that's going to help us to get a good night's sleep. The routine that we should have, we should try and do it every night. We should try and do whatever the routine is. We should try to do it at the same time every night, because that gets our bodies accustomed to a routine, and that routine says this is the time that we go to sleep. Now, how do we start the routine? Most of the time, people want to bathe before they get ready to go to sleep. They want to brush their teeth. They want to wash their face. If it's a man, he may want to shave before he goes to sleep at night. Um, Again, routine things that get our bodies getting used to going to sleep. I'm about to go to sleep. If you take a child and training them to go to sleep at night, you're going to go through the same routine. Oh, this is going to be the bath, and we're going to play, we're going to read a book, and then we're going to go to sleep. Well, as adults, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to train our bodies to get into the routine of going to sleep. The next thing we want to do is, after we bathe, we may want to um, brush and floss our teeth. It's healthy for us anyway, for our gums to go ahead and brush and floss, especially from the day's food. If you hadn't brushed your teeth, or you're not one of those people who brush your teeth after every meal, brushing your teeth will help, and flossing will help your body to know, it's signaling your body to say that I'm going to go to sleep. When we're done with this part, we're going to go to sleep. And the next thing after you brush your teeth is and floss is whatever it is that you do to your hair, whether it be putting a bonnet on your head, or braiding it down, or brushing it down, or putting it in a ponytail. And whatever you do, you want to do that right before, because again, you're doing things to signal your body to say, we're getting ready to go to sleep. And all the time that you're signaling your body, those signals are also being transmitted to your mind to say, we're getting ready to go to sleep. This is the routine that we go through, and then we go to sleep. After we have cleaned our body, and we brushed and flossed our teeth, and then everything that we're doing, we're signaling our body to go to sleep. The next thing we need to do is to make sure that our bed in our bedroom is clean. That again goes to especially the bed, because when you lay down in your bed, you want your bed to be free from any toys that your kids may have had, or any books that you may have been reading, or anything that you're doing that stops you from sleeping. Or if you roll over on it in the night, it's going to wake you up, so that's going to break your sleep habit. So you want to make sure that your bed is clear, free from everything but the pillows. You don't want, you need, sometimes people don't even sleep with pillows. So everything they may break your sleep, you want to go on and get it out of the bed. And then once you've done that, you want to turn your lights out, and you want to put your phone, tablet, PS5, whatever it is that you normally do at night in your bedroom, you want to move those things out. Anything that could be a distraction. If you have the tablet up, you're going to have the light on, and from the tablet, so your eyes are going to catch that light, and that's going to keep you from hearing, from going to sleep. It's going to keep you from closing your eyes and going to sleep, because your eyes are going to catch the light. And our eyes naturally go to the light. Even in a dark place, our eyes go to the place where we can find the light. So we want to turn off social media. Is another thing we want to do. We want to turn that off, because your mind is going, who's doing what, who's doing what, who's doing what, when really and truly we need to be resting and sleeping. Resting so that we can go ahead and go to sleep. The next thing we want to do after we turn off the social media, turn off the phone, we want to turn off the TV. And nobody's going to be able to do all of this in one night, because we're so accustomed to having the television on and the phones on and tablets and things on. So we really want to go ahead and turn those things off. You don't have to do it all in one night. You can try a little bit at a time, and starting first and foremost with your cell phone or your tablet, getting those things pretty much out of the room so that you can rest. Because if it's beeping or clicking, or you can hear that light flickering, you're going to look, and then you're not going to rest and go to sleep. Then after you've done all of that, but again, you're getting all your body ready to go to sleep. You're signaling your body so that it can signal your mind that it's time for us to go to sleep. And then after we turn off all of that equipment, we turn the television off or turn it down. That's another signal that we are going to sleep. We are signaling our bodies that we are going to sleep. And we want to do all of that so that every night when we get into bed, our mind is not running around and racing around. Because if our minds are racing, our bodies will not sleep. We will not get the adequate amount of sleep that we need. And then, if we cannot do all of this, and we usually can't do it all in one night, we can do some of it a little bit every night until we're in a pattern, a full pattern of sleep. There are also some other things that we can do to help ourselves fall asleep. There are some experts who say that we should use some positive confessions about how we want to sleep. Tell ourselves that we want to sleep in a comfortable place. Tell ourselves that we want to sleep. Yeah, I will not deny myself sleep. I will go to sleep. We can tell ourselves that sleep is a good thing for our bodies and for our minds, and so we should go to sleep. We should give ourselves permission to go to sleep. I have the permission to have a good night's sleep. Sometimes we have to tell ourselves that, and again, we're signaling our bodies so that we can go to sleep. We can go and have at least that 7 to 9 hours of sleep that we need. Some of the other things that we can do is to, once we're laying in the bed, turn our minds off. And I know that for some people that will be very hard because they have so many things to do in a day. But we have to turn those things off. Worrying about what we're going to do today, or what we did today, or who we talked to today, or we didn't talk to today. We have to let go of those things so that we can sleep and have a good night's sleep. We can sleep well. We want to sleep well, so we need to turn off the social media, and we need to get into a routine so that we can sleep, and then turn our minds off. We can't do anything about what happened today. It's already happened. We have to, and we really can't do anything about what's going to happen tomorrow, except whatever the situations are. Sometimes it's hard to do that, but we have to make sure that we're doing what's best for our bodies, because not getting enough sleep can cause us to have all kinds of illnesses. Alzheimer's linked to not enough sleep. High blood pressure linked to not enough sleep. Diabetes linked to not enough sleep, because our bodies don't have what it needs to function properly, because we're not giving it something as natural as sleep. Sleep is a natural thing. It's how our bodies are made. Every human being needs to go to sleep. So sometimes we forget that, and we're doing too many things at one time to prevent us from going to sleep. So we need to make sure that we go to sleep. Some of the one funny thing that I heard to help, one man was saying that he reads all the things that Confucius says. And we know who Confucius was. He was a prophet way back in the day of a different religion, but he says, there are certain things that Confucius says, and this man said that he sits up and reads what Confucius says, and then he goes off to sleep. And one of the funny ones was Confucius says that a man that sleeps on a bed of nails is holy. And I thought that was funny. I don't know why, I just thought it was funny. But we want to make sure that even if we find some of the weirdest things that may help us to fall asleep and stay asleep, so that our bodies again get ample amount of sleep every night, so that we can be healthy and our minds can be healthy. We want to, sleep helps us to rejuvenate, it helps us to heal, and we want to make sure that we're doing that. We want to make sure that we are healing. One of the other things I heard one man say, he puts a pan beside his bed, and when he can't go to sleep, he just taps a little bit on the pan, and it helps his body to know. that he is about to go to sleep. He's going to sleep. He's gotten himself conditioned to this pan sound. And that's another something that can help people go to sleep is if they cannot sleep in a quiet room, they can use some kind of sound, different kinds of sounds, um, to go to sleep and help them to stay asleep. I mean, seen all kinds of videos of whales sleep and um, white sleeping, blue sleeping. All these different things are methods by which you can fall asleep and help you to fall asleep. So thank you.